Here's check on stories we're following for you today on Robin Hood Radio. Pat Pagano's Tri-State forecast. Sun and clouds today, 80 to 85. Tomorrow, cloudy with some scattered showers, 65 to 70. Thursday, sun and clouds near 80. And Friday, partly sunny, 85 to 90. We'll get the full details on our Tri-State forecast coming your way in just a few minutes. Taking a look at some of the stories we're following for you today. The application to phase out the Labor and Delivery Department at Sharon Hospital has been deemed complete. Hospital President Christina McCullough told the Community Forum last week. Next, the State Office of Health Strategy will schedule a hearing on the matter. That issue has raised a lot of concern from residents, as well as the hospital's plan to consolidate inpatient units into the progressive care unit. But hospital officials have repeatedly said the changes are needed to ensure the small rural hospital's survival. Earlier this month, members of the Salisbury Board of Selectmen joined other boards of selectmen in our area, signing a resolution in which they said labor and delivery, as well as the intensive care unit, are critical resources for the community and cannot support the termination of labor delivery. Quote, I contain the same staff services, but it's just in a new location, end quote, according to McCullough. She was asked if the hospital officials had taken into consideration the fact that many new families have moved into the area post-pandemic and may perhaps change the calculations for addressing their labor and delivery closure. McCullough also said that Robertson will be the new chief operating officer when Carrie Eaton retires at the end of the year. A new primary care doctor has been hired and a chief nursing officer also, EMS coordinator and women's health coordinator, and additional hospitalists are being sought. She also listed a number of awards the hospital has received. Bard College has filed a complaint against the Dutchess County Board of Elections alleging it violated the law after the board's Republican commissioner appointed one poll worker to the college polling site during the primary election in June, amid the concern that it would be repeated during next week's primary and special election. Democratic Elections Commissioner Hannah Black said the campus, a second polling site in Rutherford District 5, originally created by court order against Republican Elections Commissioner Eric Haight's protest, was the only site in the county staffed with Republican poll worker and two Democratic poll workers. Republican Elections Commissioner Eric Haight believes the Bard complaint to be without merit, stating the Board of Elections complies with the election law. Bard is accusing the Board of Elections for repeated violations related to equal protection, the right to vote, youth voting rights, disability, accessibility, and election law. The County Board of Elections has spent over $62,000 litigating the prospect of Bard's campus as a polling site since 2020, according to statistics obtained through a Freedom of Information law request. Toxins are still spreading in Great Barrington on the groundwater. No one's sure when it will be stopped, while pollution from a former dry cleaner next door continues to pose some risk to people inside the Main Street Post Office. The installation of air purifiers appears to be further reducing the level of toxic vapors. Meanwhile, it's unclear when the toxins from the dry cleaning and chemical spill in groundwater at the former Reed cleaning property will be fully removed or neutralized, according to an August letter to the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection from the Postal Service environmental consultant AECOM. Before the town can act, it must study the best ways to handle the issue, and that will require more grant money from the Environmental Protection Agency. Pollution runs at least 15 feet deep into the ground, according to documents. Cleaners closed in 2006 after operating for more than 50 years. It was a rear building since raised. Clothes were cleaned with chemicals, and solutions ran into the floor drains and into the ground. As the wait for cleanup extends into a new decade, the post office decided out of an abundance of caution to install 6 air purifiers in March and July, according to the August letter. The agency doesn't think it should have to keep paying to solve a problem that it did not create. Meeting-wise, in Salisbury Democratic Town Committee meets at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, the Track Committee for Sharon and Salisbury meets at 5 p.m. Thursday, August 18th, at 5:30, the Salisbury Affordable Housing Commission. In Cornwall, tonight at 7:30, the Board of Selectmen are having a meeting via Zoom at 7:30. In Kent, the Board of Finance regular meeting is tomorrow at 6 p.m., and the Board of Selectmen's regular meeting is the 18th at 6:30 in the evening. Our business brief is underwritten by Morgan's at the Interlaken, interlakenin.com. You'll find a dinner menu, a tapas menu, and dinner specials nightly. interlakenin.com, also on Facebook and Instagram, and by Salisbury Bank, salisburybank.com. Dow Jones Industrial Average will start off the day today, 33,912.44. The NASDAQ at 13,128.05, and the S&P 500 at 4297.14. We'll take a look at the Tri-State forecast. That'll come your way in just a few minutes.